Back to your channel. My name is Brad, SuperCoach Pro. Today we are taking a look at the 2025 changes for SuperCoach AFL. It is now called SuperCoach Flex. What this means is the cap will still stay at $10 million, but it will now be a 31-man squad. So they've made some adjustments to the pricing as well. So they've given an example here at the top right, as you can see on my screen. So a $600,000 player will now start roughly at $580,000 instead, and also adjusting across the board with rookies as well. So instead of like your 102 rookies, they'll be now like a 99K rookie. So the flex player allows you to play with probably a little bit more risk, and you can use them as a VC or C, it says in the second paragraph there. So that's handy as well. Where you use the flex player will probably really be team dependent, of course. A lot of people probably thinking ruck early on. I'm probably actually thinking an extra midfielder would be handy, for me anyway. I know an extra ruck would be nice at times, but I think I'm going to go down the midfield route so far. And I do have reasons. I might explain that in another video closer to round one. And then best 22. So what will happen with these 23 players will set for your whole squad? Let's say Tom Green gets another ankle injury and he's on 5 points. Your flex player will then cover his score. So let's say your flex player gets an 80. Now that lowest score in your team of Tom Green's 5 goes out of the window and you're replaced with the flex player's score instead. So then you bank 75 extra points technically. And yeah, that really helps because there's been a lot of injuries throughout the seasons, and people have copped a lot of almost donuts, and it's been quite frustrating when one of your emergencies is laid out or something as well, and you've got no cover. This flex allows you to be more risky this season, I think, but also play more of a guns and rookies approach potentially as well. If you've got to pick a mid-pricer, you're probably wanting one as a keeper, like you're probably hoping a Callum Mills or a Kitty Coleman isn't a stepping stone, but just a straight keeper. So then that's how I would adjust my game plan. And it also allows you to start an extra primo sort of in that round 3 buy or whatever. If you wanted to have one there, the flex player would at least cover it. So it does make it a little bit more handy for the early buy players. You don't have to go so heavy in, round 12, 13, whatever it is, buy players, that middle of the season buys. So yeah, it is what it says in the name, I guess, SuperCoach Flex, and it's that for a reason. So we'll probably keep the points pretty close in the early parts of the season, more than what it has in previous seasons. I'll probably see bigger scores as well, because that lowest score being dropped out with your flex player covering it allows for much bigger scores, back to what we had a couple of seasons ago, those big 2 9s. Wonder if we'll see a 3,000 or something like that. Wouldn't surprise me. So yeah, it's an adjustment to the game. Just thought I'd quickly cover it. I'll post out another video shortly on something slightly different in terms of SuperCoach players that could be relevant next season. This season, I should say. Anyway, you can see all that writing in the right hand side of my screen. If you want to pause the video and give it a read, the flex questions have been answered there. So sorry for the stumbling. It's midnight. I've just done a 10-hour shift, but I just wanted to get the video out the way. Thanks for watching.